Hello, in this Kotlin programming video, we are going to cover array lists. We're going to use the arrayListOf method to create it. So an array list basically combines an array with a list. If you remember arrays, if you don't, feel free to take a look at the video. But arrays essentially have a fixed length, lists do not, and it's basically a combination of both of them. So you can read and write data to it afterwards, and you can just add as much data as you want. So if I create an example, so var, and I'll call it epic a list, and I'm going to make this an integer type. So I am going to say equals array list of, and the type here is going to be int, and I'll assign some values of 3, 5, and 7. Semicolon. You could have a different data type, string. You could have the any data type, so which permits any data type mixing and matching. So feel free to take a if you've been watching this series, then you'll know how to do this the same process. So if we want to loop over this, we could just do a simple for loop that just says for every item in epic a list, and we'll just print out the item. We'll print out item, run it, and we should just get 3, 5, and 7 printed out on different lines. There we go. Yeah, there we go. We have 3, 5, and 7 printed out. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Let me show you how to actually add an item. So if, for example, I want to add an item here, I could do epic a list dot add, and you can specify if you want to add just an item in general, which will add an item at the end, or you can specify to add an item at a particular index, and that overwrites that index, whatever's there. So I'll demonstrate both. So if I just say add 67, and I'm going to run this for loop again, and I'm going to do a print line. So println. So this is just an empty print line. Okay, so we get 3, 5, 7. Then on the next iteration, 3, 5, 7, and the additional 67. So let me show you how to, let's say, overwrite the number 7. So number 7 is the last index, or at the moment it is the last index before we've added another value. Remember, computers start at 0, so this is the 0th index, the first index, and the second index. So the third value is at the second index. To change that, you would do epic a list dot add, and just specify the index first. So 2, comma, give a value of -7, for example. And now, if I just do this again, and I'm just going to do a print line here again. And let's see what we get. So let's take a look, scroll up, we get 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 67. On the next one, 3, 5, and you can see 3, 5, -7, 7, 67. So can you see what happened? So this is an overwrite. If I said that, sorry, I made a mistake. What I meant to say was it inserts it there, and it basically just sort of moves everything else around it. So if there's already something there, it just moves everything else forward beyond that particular point. So that's great. If you just want to insert something in the middle but don't want to override something, an array list is the way to go. And I'll say the final couple of methods that I really want to show you is the get and set methods. So instead of doing it like so, if you want to get like a particular element, so if I do print line epic a list dot get, you can just get a particular index element. So if I say dot get, or should I say dot get 0, which is the first index, So as you can see, it prints out 3, which is the first index. And if I were to do set, so if I do epic alist dot set, and for the set method, we need to specify the index, then the value. For the index, I'll say 0, comma, and I'll specify a value of 9. Now I'm just going to run this loop again. Do a print line, run it, and let's see what we get. Okay, so we on the final batch. As you can see, if you want to overwrite a value at a particular index, you use the set method. If you want to just get one individual value from a particular index, you use the get method. And that's it. That's it for the array list, which is a combination of arrays and lists. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.